Is it A?
Okay, stop.
What?
I want you to read the question that way.
I can't read it. It's right there. Hi, I'm Lani, the parental unit.
And I'm Kat, the offspring.
And welcome to our YouTube channel.
Alright guys, so what we're going to do today is we're going to go over some questions about true crime.
Yay.
Lord. And we're going to go ahead and go over Lani's answer and my answer and see which one of us you agree with, or if we both have the same answer, what have you. And at the end, we're going to go over the score, and I'm going to suck. And that's fine.
Yeah, very much so. But I love true crime, and I watch it all the time, and I'm very interested in it. And Kat, not so much.
It's fine.
It's interesting.
All right, guys, let's get started.
Okay, here we go. Question 1. Which serial killer enjoyed dressing up as a clown and working at charity events?
Was it Ian Brady?
Dennis Radar?
Or John Wayne Gacy? My answer is John Wayne Gacy. Everybody knows that.
That's very good. The answer is John Wayne Gacy before we even checked. But I think the reason you know this is thankful to Stephen King.
Yeah. It's from It, okay? It's from It. I cheated. I don't care. Moving on.
Okay. And numero 2. The St. Valentine's Day Massacre is associated with which famous criminal?
Is it Al Capone?
John Dillinger Jr.?
Or George Moran?
It's Al Capone.
I chose George Moran. I did.
It's Al Capone.
We'll see at the end, won't we?
Okay. Well, I say it's Al Capone. Because it's Al Capone. Number 3. Which man was the most prolific known serial killer in United States history? Would that be A, Gary Ridgway,
B, Jeffrey Dahmer,
or C, Paul Knowles? I say it's A, Gary Ridgway.
Why?
Because he was the killer that killed all those women, the Green River Killer, the guy who killed all those women on the freeways and things like that. It was very popular, well, popular is not a good word, but it was very prevalent in the news for years.
Infamous is the word you were looking for. I chose Jeffrey Dahmer, and that's simply because I know the name. Like, I'm not going to lie to you.
Okay, so he is the most prolific in your mind because he's the only name you knew.
Yep. All right.
All right.
On to the next, guys.
In Chicago, criminal H.H. Holmes had a house in Chicago that eventually bore which nickname?
The Dungeon, the Murder Castle, or the Fraudville? I chose the Murder I chose the Murder Castle. Mostly because it was the coolest name. Because I don't know.
Which is correct. It is the Murder Castle.
How do you know?
I watch all kinds of YouTube videos on true crime. I watch all kinds of documentaries on everything, including true crime. I'm just a buff.
Oh, yeah. She's epic. How long did it take to exonerate the Central Park 5 of rape? Did I say it right?
Yes.
Okay. 13 years.
7 years.
Or 5 years. I chose 7 years. And I don't...
My guess...
Listen, no, I don't know.
My guess would be 10, which is between 7 and 13, so I'm going to go on the edge of 13.
That's cheating. You can't do that.
She
can't do that.
Well, my answer wasn't up there.
Choose the one that's up there. Moving on. What was the IQ... Oh my gosh. What was the IQ of the trash bag killer who confessed to 32 murders?
Was it 70?
100?
Or 180?
I chose 180. I feel like if you get a name like the trash bag killer, you're really, really smart.
Okay, there's no reasoning for that, but the answer was 180, but that is not why.
Listen, okay, y'all, I wasn't kidding when I said I don't know, and I'm just winging it. So...
Typically, serial killers are smarter than average, as far as IQ goes.
So if I murder people, I'd be considered smart? I'm kidding.
No, if you were considered smart, you might murder people.
I can't say bad words, so screw you. All right. Moving on. Let's just
Yeah.
go.
William Hirons became famous for leaving messages written in what?
Lipstick, blood, or feces. I chose feces because it's the most disgusting, and I feel like somebody who murders a lot of people would probably do something really disgusting.
The answer to this question would be the least disgusting, which would be lipstick.
Was he a cross-dresser?
No.
Y'all were thinking it wasn't just me. He used lipstick. He bought lipstick. Cross-dresser. It's a thing. Moving on. Serial killer Ted Bundy. I know that name, Mom. Ted Bundy once worked in which organization?
A funeral home?
Oh, are you waiting for me? I'm
Yes.
sorry. A suicide prevention hotline.
Or a heart hospital?
I chose suicide prevention hotline because I feel like he wanted to kill people who wanted to die.
Okay. The
I know
answer
Ted Bundy.
is a suicide prevention hotline. You are correct.
What?
But the reason for that is he was a political candidate and a law student. And that was part of his studies. So.
Word to the wise, y'all. I didn't watch the Ted Bundy thing with that really
the
famous
Netflix,
guy.
the Netflix, it's amazing.
She
It
would
is
say
really
so.
good. Shout out to that.
If you're into that sort of thing, yes, do it. Watch it. Everybody loved it. I didn't watch it. Sharon Tate was murdered by which criminal?
Please tell me you know this.
Maybe.
Okay. You're Myra Henley, Charles Manson, or Jeffrey Dahmer.
Charles Manson.
Very good.
Yes, I got one!
Okay, now that's the Tate LaBianca murders that happened in 1969.
I won't say anything. I won't.
Yeah, well, please do not. Just go on to the next one.
We're moving on. It's fine.
Move on.
Okay, all right.
Next, how many
question.
people have been named as Jack the Ripper suspects?
This is options 100,
200. Or 300.
Yo, I'm gonna say 200.
My guess would also be 200.
Okay.
All right.
We don't
next.
really know, do we?
Not yet.
All right.
That one I do not know.
All
for
right,
sure.
let's do this. Metal Thing was a serial killer known for what?
Okay. Number 1.
Wow.
His
God.
kennels full of vicious dogs.
His white metal teeth or his pet wolf? I'm gonna say white metal teeth. I think that would be good, right? Because it's, you know, he's the metal wolf.
Since he had metal fangs,
right?
you know, truthfully, I'm going to guess the same as you. I have no idea.
All right.
So we will
let's
find
go.
out.
Boom.
All right, so next, how did the giggling granny kill numerous members of her family?
Wait, somebody named a killer Giggling Granny. Oh, I'm so over
Oh, I
this
just
right
giggled.
now.
Okay.
Wow. You are a granny. All
I am
right,
the giggling
moving
granny.
on.
Okay.
So is it poison, a knife, or a car?
Okay.
Poison? Back in the day, that was a big thing. They would get fly paper, y'all. Now that I know. They would get fly paper, and they would wring it out because it had arsenic in it, right? Was it arsenic?
Yeah. Usually
Oh!
they would use rat poison, which is arsenic. Fly paper, not so much.
What's in fly
but
paper?
I'm not really sure.
But I know they did. They would like bring it out. Like I watched. Like okay, listen, killer
Okay,
women
well,
or
our guess would both be poison.
Poison.
And I have never heard of the giggling granny, so
I
have
want to
no
look
idea.
her up because I feel like she would be awesome.
Well, we're gonna
look
find
up.
out at the end.
5 seconds, Mom. Hold on. Oh my God. Yes. Okay, guys. So that was the last question. So we're gonna go back and do a real quick review of the question and answers and see which one me and Lani got right.
Get the answer.
So, hold on.
Okay, so recap time.
Recap!
Which serial killer enjoyed dressing up as a clown and working at charity events?
So it was John Wayne Gacy. He went by the name Pogo the Clown, and he would murder like middle-aged males, and he would bury them in his backyard. It was really
He actually buried them in the crawl space under his house. Okay, next. The St. Valentine's Day Massacre is associated with which famous criminal? Now, my guess for this would be Capone.
Yep, mine too. What's the problem?
And that is the correct answer.
So in the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, they actually killed 8 men. So it is a massacre. What, is it supposed to be like 4 or 5 is considered a massacre?
I have no idea. A serial killer is 3 or more. I have no idea beyond that.
Whatever.
I don't know what they consider a massacre.
Capone's men killed 8 men during the Valentine's Day Massacre. So,
Which man was the most prolific serial killer in the United States history? Your guess was...
Jeffrey Dahmer.
And mine was Gary Ridgway.
Okay, and let me see here. Okay, so Mom was right. Hush your face.
Of course,
he was known as the Green River Killer.
Correct. That is why.
So, kudos to you.
He killed multiple people. Okay, in Chicago, criminal H.H. Holmes had a house in Chicago that eventually bore which nickname?
So I chose the Murder Castle. Which one did you choose?
I let you know at the time that it is the Murder Castle, so...
Yes!
Yeah, it is the Murder Castle.
He may have been, and I hate this sentence, may have been responsible for hundreds of murders, but they don't know.
Yes, because he was only legally responsible for X amount.
Blah, blah, blah. He killed people.
How long did it take to exonerate the Central Park 5 of rape?
So I chose 7 years.
I wanted 10, but that wasn't an answer, so I chose 13.
I still don't think it's fair. So, the answer is 13. She won. They were set free after they were exonerated for killing the jogger in Central Park, which is the whole issue that arose. They didn't do it, right?
Yeah, it was a terrible thing. 5 people were actually put in prison for this crime, and they did not do it.
13 years, though.
For 13 years.
What would you do if somebody took 13 years of your life and then looked at you and went, oh, I'm sorry, we made a mistake.
The sad
Here's
case about it is there are people who are in prison for 18 to 25 years that are exonerated through DNA, and there have been people who have been executed who were found to be not guilty.
This is the problem with the judicial system.
Yes, it's
today.
a very sad thing. Okay. What was the IQ of the trash bag killer who confessed to 32 murders?
I chose 180 because if you gotta have a name like trash bag killer, you gotta be smart.
The answer is 180, and it's just because he was born with a high IQ. But, you know, statistically, murderers do have an average IQ higher than, you know, Ted Bundy was a law student. He was very smart. I mean, there were senators that he was friends with and things like that that had no idea.
Like, this is why they make, like, the villains in cartoons with the really big brains, right?
William Hirons became famous for leaving messages written in what?
I chose feces because he was a deranged murderer.
Right, and I already told you the answer when we went through this, and it was lipstick.
Yes, lipstick, and I thought he was a cross-dresser, and I'm apparently wrong about that too. But everybody listen, if you see a man going to the store and buying lipstick, and he doesn't have a wedding ring on, and he doesn't look put together, it's more than likely because he's putting it on himself, or he's killing people. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Or he's dressing as a clown. Okay, go ahead.
Oh my gosh, now we're back to John Wayne Gacy. Stop it.
Serial killer Ted Bundy once worked at which organization?
We chose the suicide hotline.
Yeah, and I told you that was right, because I told you he was a law student and worked for senators and things like that. That was part of his college. You know.
I seriously did think it was because he was trying to look for people who wanted to die. I was wrong about that, but I still think that would be like a weird gimmick. I bet you there's people who've done it.
I doubt serial killers kill those who want to die. I mean, just guessing. Sharon Tate was murdered by which criminal?
Okay, so Charles Manson was the answer to this. We knew the answer to this. Everybody in the world pretty much knows the answer to this.
That's correct.
That's true. So we're just going to go ahead.
Sharon Tate and 4 of her friends were killed that night, so that's a very sad thing. How many people have been named as Jack the Ripper suspects?
So I chose 200.
I chose 100.
So there was 100. She's right. Don't get all giddy about it.
No, that was a total guess. I told you I had no idea.
Well, see, none of the what was 100 people actually got convicted. They didn't even go to like court.
No,
they just had suspicion.
And Jack the Ripper was back in the 1800s, and so that's why it's been so many.
So many people. So many people.
Metal Fang was a serial killer known for what?
I was saying his white metal teeth.
Yep.
You said the same thing. It's actually right.
Whoa. Which I had no idea.
It's actually right, guys, but get this. He actually ate people. He was a cannibal, so...
Could have gone my whole life.
Guys, I'm not big on like Silence of the Lambs, people eating people. It's weird.
Oh, now wait a minute. I love the Silence of the Lambs.
Ew.
Okay.
Gross. Moving on.
All right, give us a big thumbs up if you're a big Silence of the Lambs fan. Way to go, Jodie Foster.
I did see it, and they ate the brain, and he was talking to him. Moving on.
That was Hannibal.
Was it?
Yes, that wasn't
we're
even
skipping
Silence of the Lambs. That was the...
That part's being removed.
Yeah.
Moving on.
How did the giggling granny kill numerous members of her family?
We need to Google the Giggling Granny because I just love that name.
We
I don't
absolutely
like that
do.
she hurt people. Don't take me the wrong way, but I love the name the Giggling Granny. So we chose poison because she was a granny, and that's what
Yeah.
they did. Remember, we talked about this: fly paper,
Exactly.
rat poison, right?
Right.
So
You're right.
she killed 11 people, including 4 of her husbands. So she was a black widow.
And a
they-
giggling granny.
And they call her the Giggling Granny.
Nice.
Ew.
See, it's kind of hard to be freaked out or scared by a killer called the giggling granny.
That would creep me all the way out. I'm serious. Could you imagine?
Next.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I giggle
I'm
and I'm a
sorry.
granny. Okay.
How long did it take to exonerate the Serial Park 5 for rape?
Okay, that would be the Central Park 5. And
Okay, stop. We have to do it again. Stop. How long did it... Stop.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
how long did it...
Chances are, I mean, you know,
Okay, rewind. Assuming Billy the Kid was like... The one with like the gun, right? Like this. You guys know what I'm talking about?
No. The
is that
John Dillinger was the Gatling gun. That's
Oh, Lord
you're,
have mercy.
you're fine. Billy the Kid was in the Western era.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The guys
No,
with like
no.
the gun that went like this. You know
No,
what I'm
that's the
talking
Tommy
about?
guns. Those are the people
No,
like
no,
from
no. Tommy
Steve's.
guns are like this, Mom. When
With
you have
the
a gun,
round
no,
thing?
that-
Oh, okay.
No, the gun, the old guns.
Oh,
when you
you're
had to
talking
go
about
like
a 6
this.
iron.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. Yes.
Oh, we got there, guys.
Okay.
It's fine.
Yes, he was the son of Sam.
Why do they call him the son of Sam?
Because his father's name was Sam. It's the truth.
Okay, we're moving on. We're done. Yeah, this is it, guys. So let's see. She got what 76%, and I got what 42.
12.
12. She said 12. I got 42 because I guessed and copied off her.
Wow.
But it was a lot of fun. I mean, I'm not a big serial killer fan. I talked about that at the beginning, y'all. But she's got this.
Well, I mean, if you watch as many documentaries as I do, you've got to have some of it. It has to rub off a little bit. I know you don't like them, but I love them. But anyway, that's the video, guys. I hope you guys had a great time. If you haven't yet, please like and subscribe down below. It's a free thing that helps us girls out a lot.
Yes! Helps us in every way possible. It's been awesome, guys. See you later. We'll talk to you soon.
See you in the next one.
Bye!
Bye.